If there was a single word that I'd use to describe Clement Street, it would be simple. On this foggy stretch of land in the inner Richmond, produce markets, quaint shops, and local dining staples line the narrow corridor from Arguello all the way to Funston Avenue. It has your fair share of popular destinations, but it's also far from being San Francisco's trendiest neighborhood. It doesn't have the hottest bars, the busiest nightlife, or the restaurants Yelpers sell their left kidney to visit. But it is home to San Francisco's second Chinatown. Unofficially, that is. You won't find it listed on any map, and that's because Clement is unassuming. It's modest. Shy, even. Its name won't be plastered across bus ads or featured in one of those top 10 San Francisco spots you need to visit before you die lists. But I guess that's kind of what this video is then. It's a list video dedicated to some of my favorite places to eat, drink, and shop right here on Clement Street. And the first one is a place that's smack dab in the thick of it all. New Maewa. So in my opinion, this is kind of where Clement Street starts. Like, this is the beating heart of this area that keeps everything moving. When I'm not in the mood for quinoa or artisanal breads, I'll come here and find some of the weirder snacks and foods that Asian markets are typically known for. Halo, jackfruit, ube, mouthfish, salted egg fish skin that's really popular these days. I need a basket for this. Now it does get a little crowded here at times, so you'll probably need to weave your way through the aisles and all the old Chinese ladies, but it looks like I got lucky with the crowds. I'm just really here for the natto anyway. Stinky yet satisfying. Love black sesame. I'll come back for you. Thank you. So like, why bother with a second Chinatown? Like, isn't one enough for most cities? Well, no, not at all. Before the 1950s, San Francisco's Chinese population was still pretty much contained to Chinatown only. Landlords were still able to discriminate based on race, and that made it difficult for many of the people to buy outside the neighborhood. But after a 1948 court ruling opened up the rest of the city to minorities, everything changed. Chinese people began moving westward, with many of them settling right here in the Richmond. Ever since the migration, Clement Street in particular has remained a close, tightly knit community, and places like Toy Boat right here are the reasons why. It's not called Toy Boat by accident. You know, all the merchandise that you see alongside the walls and on the ceiling, you can actually buy that. It's got good ice cream, great atmosphere, a mechanical horse that you can ride. Well, not you specifically, but little kids. You don't want to be that guy. What Clement Street is, to me, is really an interesting mix of new and old. You'll find trendy ale houses alongside older, dirtier dives, and boutique art shops opposite of actual, real-life, I can flip through the pages, physical bookstores. This place is a bustling ball of energy during the day, and whisper quiet at night. And that's because here, on Clement Street, opposites attract. Among some of the newer shops to open up, this one's a favorite of mine, Tantrum. It's a really cute shop here for all your friends who have kids. I mean, the holidays are coming up, so get ready. Or if you have kids yourself, you can get something for them. Tantrums' eclectic lineup of vintage-style toys really makes me wish I had a store like this when I was younger. A lot of their selection are European toys, which would make sense because obviously no American would want to play with this adorable mouse doll, right? Aww. There are also handmade plushies, cute lamps shaped like clouds, clocks of every shape and size and animal you can think of, and tons more adorable gift ideas. Ooh, I might finally try and learn how to play the accordion. And then for all your friends out there who don't have kids, there's a place a couple doors down called Park Life. So today is my dad's birthday, so I'm gonna give him a little card right here. but there's way more than just stationery here. They've got books, houseware, knickknacks, and a great selection of SF-themed clothing that will probably show up in upcoming videos. They even sell the shirt that I'm wearing right now because this is where I got it from. I think one of my favorite things about Park Life, aside from the cool weird lamps that you can get, is that it's for everyone. You know, there's stuff from local artists, there's stuff from not so local artists. It really doesn't matter where you're from, as long as you're into the offbeat and the unusual, this place is gonna have something for you. Okay, it's almost time for dinner, and it looks like we'll be eating here. Halu is one of my favorite little restaurants, and I don't use that term lightly. This place is tiny. Inside, they serve up a good selection of izakaya-style dishes with nary a sushi roll in sight. So I got some ramen and an assortment of different skewers, ranging from beef to okra, Brussels sprouts, salmon, I think this one is, omakase, or chef's choice. This is unlike pretty much any other restaurant I've ever been to, where it's like completely just fully entrenched in Beale's memorabilia. I do have a couple Hendrix, but I guess very much like old classic rock. I really like that. Yeah, this place is very much like the rest of the Richmond in that it's very, very unassuming, you know. You have this facade right here that's just a whole bunch of just faded Beatles photos, but once you go inside, it's a party. And with it being a frigid 55 degrees here in the Richmond, a party inside sounds fantastic. Man, we are just never prepared for any sort of major change in temperature. But the fog has spoken. It's time to find some warmth. There are still way more spots to visit on Clement Street, and I knew that there was no way I was going to fit every single one of them into one video. I didn't even get around to talk about Burma Superstar, Taqueria Los Mayas, all the delicious Vietnamese sandwich places. We barely touched on Green Apple Books, the best croissants in the United States. That's right here. Oh yeah, I didn't even mention. Every Sunday, there's a farmer's market here. What you really get with Clement Street, even with this small sample size, is a chunk of the city that celebrates its otherness, one that defies gentrification by placing the fresh alongside the familiar, giving contrast to a neighborhood that's already rich in diversity. You could say it's the old things here that make the newer stuff stand out, but maybe it's the other way around. We here in the city talk a lot about how our future will coexist with our past, but all you have to do is look over here and you'll realize that, hey, it can happen. Because Clement is, at its core, a simple neighborhood with a not-so-simple vision of how San Francisco can be. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to subscribe or leave a like down below. Either one would mean a whole lot to me and to the growth of this channel. I think the thing that matters most to me is being able to represent San Francisco in a very authentic way. I'm a third-generation San Franciscan, so if you have any questions about what it's like to grow up in the city or what it's like to have lived in San Francisco in the 90s, you can leave them in the comments below and I will try to get to them in the next video. Here's a freebie for you. Why do I pronounce it Clement and not Clement? That's because the San Francisco accent is real and it's mostly just us pronouncing things wrong. And also you guys can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. As I make these videos, I'll be posting a bunch of behind the scenes stuff, a bunch of photos of San Francisco. Just a lot of stuff that I'd really like to share with you. All right, that's it for now. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you at the next spot. I'm not out of the frame yet.